Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I just finished up a react to Foodie Beauty, and now it's time to move on to Neo Tarot because she posted a tarot reading of Foodie last night. I watched it, it was great, and I want to give my thoughts. So, how about we just get into it? For those of you on my channel that you've never heard of Neo Tarot, please check out her channel down below in the description. And where's my background? Shumyar, what do I pay you for? What are you doing? I don't even know. There we go. I'm glad I caught that before I started the tarot react. I'm like, where's my background at? I'm looking straight at it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and blow this up full stream so you guys can see and turn up the volume a bit. And off we go. And I hope you guys enjoy.
Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this intuitive reading, this intuitive message for Foodie Beauty back in Canada. Y'all have been emailing me, sending me messages. I always say thank you, thank you, thank you. You put out the call and I'm picking it up. Hello, are you there? Y'all was like, pick up the phone, y'all. I'm here. I feel like I'm tardy for the party, but I'm here nonetheless. So let's get into this amazing reading for Foodie Beauty. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so Spirit is acknowledging right off the back that she is throwing 3 sheets to the wind. So I do feel like a lot of that kind of energy. I also feel like at the heart of it, she wants peace, but she plays with that stuff. And so how you want peace, but you also want power. You have to pick, do you want peace or do you want power? Because your actions do not speak louder than your words. Okay, you're crying out, yelling out, mad at Spirit, mad at Source, mad at anybody who will listen about someone who was once loyal is no longer loyal. Having you cry out, beg, grovel, plead, please. Like, that's the energy I'm seeing. The like, and don't take this the wrong way, but like, you know, people who are homeless, they have those signs. That's what Spirit is showing me. Someone holding a sign saying please help. Poverty is what Spirit is showing me. And that reminds me to get this deck out while I'm saying that.
And you know what's weird, Neo? She's over there crying poverty. I need help. She's grifting for money. At the same time, she gets on stream showing people that clearly she's not hurting for money. She's done several shopping hauls. She's buying fast food, wigs, nails, the whole 9 yards. She has the audacity to do these things in front of people. At the same time, she's begging for money.
Amazing, because I'm actually seeing the card. So let me pull this deck out. Perfecto. Okay, so let's continue, shall we? This could be dealing with an unhealed earth sign, unhealed upset Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, not feeling rooted or grounded to maintain authenticity and or to be genuine. This impedes upon her energy of success, her finances. Spirit is also acknowledging that she's trying to get it back. Like, and when I say that, it's trying, like, you know how it's like, it makes me feel like she's trying to fill this cup up again, like she's trying to refill this cup. So it feels like the cup is empty. Could also be emotions, anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, wanting to fill up this cup because it feels so depleted. And it's not just in emotions, it makes me feel like income as well. But there's this energy of this is a dead end, stalemate, not now, lack of clarity, perspective shift is needed.
Can I say something about this barking up the wrong tree card, Neo, what I'm picking up? So trees a lot of times represent your roots, your ancestors, family. And I feel like the dog is Foodie, and she's barking at the tree saying, why aren't you giving me what I want? I'm sure she's gone to her family asking for things, maybe asking for money, a place to stay, saying, why aren't you giving me what I want? And the family is done with her. They're done. They don't have anything to give, or if they do, they're not giving it to her because they know what she's going to do if she gets it. She's just going to waste it. So she's going up to the tree, barking at it, saying, why aren't you giving me what I want? And I also feel like the tree represents her community, the Beezers. Give me what I want. Keep giving me what I want. Keep providing for me. She's not really trying to restructure things to where she can provide for herself and have her own security. She's trying to tap into other people's security. And here's the thing, there's not a whole lot of security to go around. The world is hurting right now. A lot of people very worried, very food insecure, and they just don't have it to give. This is the holiday season. Money is very, very tight. So she's barking at everybody, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, but not understanding that, you know, the vaults in which she's used to taking from are empty or nearly empty, or if they're not, they're locked.
It's time for her to pivot. It's time for her to change. Okay? Back in Canada? Okay. Yeah, and Spirit said there's something that she was supposed to say that she didn't say. And Spirit said there's something that she was supposed to do and did not do. And guess what? It's still happening. Whether she likes it or not, Spirit is going to intervene. This is going to make her feel very like, Spirit says, tipsy-turvy, thank you, lopsided. I'm seeing someone trying to like hop on one foot, whereas naturally people walk on two. This makes her feel off center. Okay, it's bubbling at the belly, bubbling at the throat. It's coming, it's going to happen, it's going to be said. There's nothing she can do about it. Okay, communication, honesty, courage, sharing revelations, surprise news, text, and a phone call. And this has to do with a sweet as Georgia, as a Georgia peach. So it could be connected to Georgia and or not, but it's a swirl of communication around, thank you Spirit, sexual energy, creative energy, emotional energy, about a tender, caring, charming, beautiful, delicious experience. And Spirit said they're going to talk about it, and they're going to use someone as a vessel to bring this information forth. Why? Because it is what the universe needs to have universal balance, whether you like it or not. There's situations in your life, my life, her life, everyone's life that requires balance. Why? Because it assists the universe with maintaining order and universal balance. That's the download that I've received, and that is what I'm going to share. And Spirit says, because in the middle of the deck too, there's still some argument. There's still some going back and forth. Spirit says there's still some toiling of things, and she still messes with things. She feels like energetically, allegedly, because this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes, it feels like she can do things where she is, where she feels like she could have some more control, some more know-how. But the thing about it is, whatever you've done has been banished. It has been buried, and it has been like ceased. It's over. You have no power. Okay. It's a suffering, full energy, disdain, displeasure, contempt, poking fun, needing to read between the lines. And this energy that you're going back and forth with is emotional. It's this energy of this behavior that this habit of behavior that you tend to do. It's a pattern. It's a cycle.
And can I just say this, Neo? Yes, she's back in Canada, where she has a bit more control over certain things, but at the same time, she's an out of control person. So she's back in Canada where she's familiar. She's got better internet. She can do what she likes. But on the inside, she's out of control. She has no structure. She has no restriction. She's got many addictions that are unchecked, out of control, out of her hands, and yet she's not going to go seek help, which is going to lead to more out of control behavior, perhaps even outbursts. Her emotional state is not stable. So even if you're in a controlled environment, if you are an out of control person, then everything's going to just spiral into chaos really quickly.
It could also include sexual energy. And it's been communicated that you have yet to talk about what the real issue is at heart. But Spirit says at heart, it's going to burst. It's going to be said. There's nothing you can do, right?
I've got a feeling that there are people that want to speak on Chantal. They haven't yet, but they're going to. And I've told Chantal this many times in my reacts. Like, she works overtime to keep her secrets buried. And believe me, she's got a lot. And she's perhaps even paid people to stay quiet, but she's running out of money. So the question is, who's going to get to the table first? Who wants to eat? Who's hungry? Because whoever gets to the table first is going to have the biggest feast. So is it going to be you, Foodie, or is it going to be somebody else? Whoever starts talking, they're going to get paid.
Foodie Beauty back in Canada. And I don't know for how long, because Spirit says not for long. Thank you. Yeah, so she's here trying to, wherever, trying to center herself, align herself with the universe. She's there to problem solve and figure shit out with a crush, someone she admires and or likes and or loves. But Spirit says it's under investigation. It's under traditional investigation and spiritual investigation. Spirit says spiritual transformation. Interesting. But when I go back to this, Spirit is also acknowledging that you are under investigation. Wherever you are being investigated. And it's
Oh, be careful, Foodie. As far as that crush, well, she's not been in Canada that long, so who could she have a crush on? Who has she always had a crush on? Who has she always been infatuated with? Y'all can pretty much figure it out. You know who. The one that she could never own, the one that she could never control, the one that she wanted to control. That one.
it's not like judge and jury. Spirit's telling me. Yeah, and this is going to have you in your feelings. It's going to have you feeling all, and I don't know what you smoke. I don't know what your preference is, but you do that to chill out.
Mm-hmm.
You do that to like calm your nerves. Tell me more about this investigation for Chantal Foodie Beauty. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're trying to burn evidence. You're trying to get rid of something. Yeah, you're trying to get rid of something. You're trying to bury it. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Spirit says you need to check yourself about that. Spirit says, again, something to do with a crush, you loving or longing to be with someone. And all this creates is more arguments, more drama, putting people in their places, being put in your place. Chantel.
You know what the crazy thing is about Chantal, Neo? If she's over there trying to get rid of evidence, and I keep hearing text messages, she's trying to get rid of evidence. I hear text messages, not so much emails, text messages, like she may be deleting text messages. But the biggest informant on Chantal is Chantal. There's two rules in girl world. Rule number one, Chantal lies. But there's also rule two. Rule number two, she tells on herself. She is her biggest informant. She tells on herself. She does. She tells on herself. She's been telling on herself the last few days. Like doing a lot of things that point in one specific direction. You know, buying the wigs, putting on the fake press-on nails, going down the long road, stopping at the outhouse. She even revealed that she got an email from a certain someone. So he's able to contact her. Even after years of being apart, and allegedly he hurt her, he's able to reach out to her and send a message. So she doesn't need to be worried about other people informing on her. She's telling on herself.
Ooh, look at the card. Back in Canada, Spirit says the roots remember what the branches forgot. Stay rooted, stay grounded, maintain authenticity, and be genuine. Feels like the roots of your ancestral lineage and your tree, your family tree are like, no matter how far you branch out, the roots remember. She's getting further and further out, Spirit is acknowledging. And everybody has a candle, but some don't have no flame. So this goes back to fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, passionate, but yet chaotic. And so a lot of people are born into this life, reincarnate into this life with resources and tools and gifts, and they don't know how to spark it. They don't know how to spark the magic, thank you, Spirit, the passion for which they've come here to assist the universe in having universal balance.
Not only that, Neil, but there are some people that they are given an abundance of something. They are given a goblet of plenty and prosperity, and they don't know what to do with it. They figure out a use for it, but it's not a good use. Chantal was given a huge bowl of plenty, a cornucopia, and she wasted it. She had that bowl for years, and it was full. And she wasted every single drop of everything that was in there, and now it's empty. So the universe said, you know what? You wasted the bowl of plenty that we gave you. Well, we're not going to give you another one. You only got one. And the card, the roots remember what the branches forgot. I keep hearing she needs to remember when she first got on YouTube, who she was, what she was doing. She's gotten way off track. way off track. People really got into her content long, long ago when she was much more real with herself and being a lot more honest. She's not honest anymore. She's turned into an exaggerated caricature of herself. She went from coming on camera and being Chantal Marie, the person, and then as she got more views and she started getting more money and monetization, she turned completely into a character, which some people will do if they're in front of social media. They become a character for attention, for money, for monetization. But when the camera's turned off, they are their real selves. The problem with Chantal is that she wants to stay in character all the time. She wants to be this character, Foodie Beauty, 24/7. And in the process, she has neglected her soul. She has neglected her life. She has neglected her health. She's neglected everything. So everything, when the camera's turned off, has fallen into ruin. And it's such a mountain of mess that there's no way to really fix it quickly. So to avoid facing that reality, she stays in character. Because Foodie Beauty, the character, has things that the person Chantal Marie does not. Chantal Marie, the person, has a lot of health problems, has a lot of financial issues, is lonely, doesn't really have any real life friends, doesn't know what to do with herself. The character, the YouTube character, Foodie Beauty, she could turn on a camera anytime and people want to talk to her. The character makes money. The character has persuasion, has admirers. So she wants to live completely in this character, but I want to say this because I know that Chantal watches my tarot reacts, Neo. Chantal, even the most professional actor or actress that star in multi-million-dollar movies, when the camera's turned off, they go to the dressing room, they take off the makeup, they take off the costume, they put on their clothes, and they go take a walk. They don't stay in character all the time. It's not healthy. It's not healthy or beneficial to abandon your real self or to get away from your real sense of purpose.
Now, that's a lot of people's mission, is to tap into their purpose, right? And so the roots are remembering, but you forgot. You've forgotten. Spirit is also acknowledging, don't let anybody play in your energy like it's hopscotch, meaning someone is playing with your ori, your head, your soul, your spirit. But, Spirit's also saying what goes around comes around. You play them games, you win them prizes.
Yeah.
You play with people's energy, guess what? Yes. Spirit said, yes, the fuck they do. They play back with you. Spirit is acknowledging on the surface she was love bombed or was love bombing. Intense affection, too quickly, excessive attention, overwhelming charm, but hidden control. And now she's trying to have a self-care routine. We see the candles, okay? Playing with that brouhaha. Spiritual bath. Prioritizing rest to recharge emotionally, pampering herself, some me time from what? This toxic love, pain disguised as passion, addictive patterns, harmful attachment. Can't live without this person. But something caused you to have to bounce or get this self-care Sunday, this healing bath, because the tea was spilled. Secrets are exposed. Gossip is spreading. Leaked information. Oops, it's out. Yeah, so let me tell y'all, because I've been saying this for a minute, and Spirit's like, tell the people again. She's got some stuff that's getting ready to come out, Loki, but I'm talking about notes, pics, first-hand account information. I'm talking about voice notes. Spirit says you can run, but you can't hide. Yeah, and this is going to break the cycle for sure this lifetime. Ending harmful patterns, freedom from repetition, new beginnings. It stops with you. You're going to be triggered by this information. She's going to be super triggered. Look at the eyes. Anxiety, sadness, fear, depression.
You know what? There's with Chantal. How do you break the Chantal cycle? What is the Chantal cycle? Well, I showed you guys a picture of what the Chantal cycle looks like, but there's another part to it. The Chantal cycle revolves around maintaining a fantasy sense of self, delusion, living in a fantasy world. So how do you break that cycle of somebody living completely in character and living in a fantasy world and telling a multitude of lies? To break the cycle, you got to break through the lies. Reality has to come crashing in, not tiptoeing in, crashing in. That means truth has got to be revealed. It's going to be revealed by somebody.
I said that earlier. Emotional reaction, unresolved wound, facing past hurts. Why does this bother you? Because there was always a hidden agenda. There's always a hidden agenda when it came to her, comes to her. Secret intentions, manipulation, disguised kindness, hidden motivations, too helpful to trust. It was a catfish. That's why it's happening to you. Pretending to be someone else online, fake profile, deceptive image, not who you think I am. It was a rebound.
By the way, Neil, I love those cards. What are those cards? Where did you get them? They are wonderful.
It was a temporary comfort, avoiding loneliness, quick replacement just to forget. You felt ghosted, and she ghosted. She's been ghosted. Sudden disappearance without explanation, left hanging, seen but ignored, abrupt silence. Why is this happening? Right? Spirit says it's cuffing season. It's a temporary relationship. It was seasonal companionship. It was a short-term warmth until spring. Why did this happen? Why is this happening to her? Online dating, instant attraction, digital romance, match found. Why? Because you were hiding behind the mask, hidden emotions, concealing true self, afraid to show the reality no one wants to see, the real you, because you're happy. That's the mask you wear, but in life, you're sad. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. Deep down, she's dealing with some real serious mental health issues. And it's like psychosis. Energetically, allegedly, I don't know what she looks at when she looks at herself. It's a very distorted image. This is someone who could definitely have multiple personalities, like, to be quite frank. It's very weird. Divine timing, patience is required, trusting the process. This is the perfect time for her, for this to happen, for her, to her. This is happening for her, because the universe has intervened.
And I want to say something about Chantal's mental state. I am not a doctor. I have no medical training. I'm not treating her, obviously. But I just want to give my thoughts about that. And I've said this before on my reacts to Chantal. I feel that Foodie's mental and emotional state is very delicate. Very delicate. Because she lives in a world of delusion. And she's been living in it for so long. Just being somebody else. Pretending a life versus living a life. That it really wouldn't take much to push her over the edge. If reality came crashing through, people started talking about her dirt, and the truth revealed, I don't think she could take it. I think she might have a complete breakdown. If she'd have to finally face the truth after years and years of running from the truth or burying the truth about who she is, about what she's doing, about how her life is, she would have a complete meltdown, which would cause her to completely spiral. Her own aunt said she needed a psych evaluation. We are people that we see and watch and listen to Chantal online, so we don't have up close and personal time with her. But if her own aunt, who loves her dearly, is saying, my niece needs a psych evaluation, I don't know what the aunt has heard or seen to make her feel that way, but it must be pretty doggone bad. And that's her aunt. I can only imagine what a doctor or a psychiatrist or a psychologist would have to say about her.
And you're not in control. You know what I'm saying? You are not bigger than the program. Spirit says that. In the middle of the deck, she believes that she has this luxury life, it's comfortable wealth and indulgence, enjoying rewards because she deserves it. But I feel like Spirit's saying, but she's situationally single, so temporary loneliness. She's choosing solitude and waiting for something better, just not settling. Okay, and the last card, Spirit says she's there to recharge. Mental rest, emotional recovery, taking a break, and she's going to come back stronger. That's her business.
Can I talk about the other cards that were just popped up? The cuffing season card. I think Salah has someone in the picture. I think that he's with somebody. He's very happy. And I don't know if Chantal's got this backup plan in her mind that she thinks, oh, I can just be in Canada for a while. And if anything goes down in Canada that ain't good, I could just fly back to Syria, treating it like an emergency safe space. But Chantal, I don't think you're going to have that option. I think that door has closed. It is locked. That even if you wanted to go back over there, you can't. That part of your life is over, and you're just going to have to deal with it.
All right. Foodie Beauty back in Canada. Chantal back in Canada, Spirit. Spirit keeps saying not for long. I don't know. Where is she going? Falling for red flags. Attraction, ignoring warnings, and drama. Back in Canada. Ghosted again. Seen, never replies. Like the third time we've seen this or heard this. It's very repetitive at this point. Rejected, silence, confusion. Back in Canada. Too many dings, not enough peace, fragmented focus, and a tech burn. Burnt out. Okay, so now Spirit's giving me the green light to ask why. Why is she back in Canada? Reading old text like a novelist. So you read something on the message. That's why you're back. You was reading it word for word. You was obsessed. It was cringe. Sentimentality. Why? Because she was convincing herself she was fine. Because the house was on fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Passionate but yet chaotic. In denial. Emotional suppression. Why is she back? Well, because of the anxiety. It was just too much coffee. Restlessness. Caffeine. Crash.
I like those cards too, Neo. You got some great decks.
Paranoia. Why? She's back. Foodie Beauty. Chantal back in Canada. Well, you're back in Canada. It was wise planning. It was meticulous. She was very careful, but it did have some delays in her. Look, getting home, all of these mountains dealing with ups and downs, but she's hot-headed, tempered, and angry, accepting bad behavior, toxicity, and insecurity. Spirit's acknowledging that she was stuck in the past, moving on, but forgetting, and also clinging. Why is she back home? There is another male here, and this is interesting because this is an older man who's more experienced. He's aged. And maybe she sees a future. I kept picking up on her moving on quickly to someone else in other readings, or trying to. And the cards earlier said a crush, but there's some kind of relationship that she's trying to pursue. And this is fast. This is loud. This is bright. This is fiery. I'm
going to throw a name into the ring that keeps popping in my head with the Silver Fox card. Sofa King. He's got silver hair. White hair. Sofa King. I can't help it. That's just the name that popped in my head. Sofa King. Y'all know who he is. Light by Ron. Sofa King. Someone that gave her a lot of money, supported Chantal. Maybe she's trying to form not so much a romantic union with Sofa King, but she knows he's got money. But I don't think it's going to work.
Their relationship. Does a lot of online dating. Spirit is acknowledging. Foodie Beauty back in Canada. Spirit keeps saying, but not for long. Not for long. Right, because higher intuitively, Spirit is acknowledging that there has been false documents, false information, false statements, false agreements, something that you signed, something is forgery, is false, is fake. That's why Spirit keeps saying, not for long. There is a surprise that something has to end so that something else can begin. Something is getting ready to end. Okay, death. Be that mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and or financially. Because Spirit keeps saying, not that long for the rising star. Okay, being blocked. No access. Why? Why? Because even the windy road leads to the light. That's why. That's why. There's a Mr. Nice Guy. I'm just going to tell you the energy that's coming off the card. What's the dude's name? Damn it. I've said his name so many damn times, y'all.
Salah?
Salah. Thank you. Seems like Mr. Nice Guy subconsciously is going to make sure that even the windy road leads to the light. What do you mean, Spirit? Yep, there's evil eye there. There's evil eye there. Yep, and there's going to be some gossip. Yeah, there's going to be some information that she's not going to be able to run from. I've been telling y'all that. Now, when and where he does it, how he does it, that's his business, child.
And I have to wonder if the reason why Foodie's being real quiet about Salah is because she's not in Syria to control him. He is out of her control now. If he wants to do something, say something, what is she going to do about it? He could fire up his phone or fire up a computer, get on a live stream and start talking his truth. What is she going to do? She can't shut him down. She can't shut him up. She can't threaten him with anything. So maybe the reason why she's not talking about Salah isn't because she doesn't have anything to say. I'm sure she's got a lot of things to say, but she's trying to be kind of cautious about it. I know that if I say something, he might say something back, and he knows a whole lot about me. So she's tiptoeing around the issue.
Something is going to piss him off, so much so to the point that he is going to do it. He's going to press play on that record, and he's going to go ham. He's going to go there. And this is about money, energetically, allegedly. Because you can't pay him enough to shut him up.
No. He can make a lot more money talking about her than he ever got when he was with her. He's going to figure it out.
Cannot. There's not enough money in the world. Once he realizes that he's going to make more money by telling, redemption.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Once he figures out that he can make more money off of your ass by telling on you, baby, redemption. See? And I'm talking about him and you. It says, old games don't excite you anymore. Thank you, Spirit. Regret isn't your main concern lately. You grow out of the what ifs because you have no other choice but to move on and be better than before. You shield yourself for your own sanity. You understand why you need isolation. You're ready to step into the shoes of the highest version of you. Baby, when he steps into the shoes of the highest version of him, he's going to make you wish you never did. What is she up to? Holy and love and light. Thank you, ancestors. It's a third harvest. Daughters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. So she's right now, on the surface, she's having a feel-good moment about her harvest. Feels like she's reaping a bountiful harvest. Very happy, right? But subconsciously on the bottom of the deck, we do get seduction in reverse. And this just lets us know that in reverse, it is her who is seducing. Seduction and manipulation can come in many forms. It can be seeking friendship solely for your own benefit instead of for real connection. So she's a seducer. Spirit is acknowledging that this is selfish behavior and that she needs to do some shadow work. And that karma is always waiting to pay you back in kind. No injustice goes unanswered. Little acts of manipulation today can lead to many storms tomorrow. Spirit keeps saying, not for long. And then we get reflection. Reflection has been something that's been coming up a lot in my readings when it comes to her. So we're not shocked to see reflection, but it does say in reverse. In reverse, this is a sign of fear of change, a fear of commitment, a fear of what you might see when you look in the mirror. You are so afraid to face your truth that you may be distorting your reality, so much so that you may not even recognize yourself or your situation. One can look in the mirror reality and see a truth that is really there. You can change this before your lies, conscious or not. You can change this before your lies, conscious or not, consume you. Consume you. Interesting, because I said that in the last reading. Be honest with yourself before your situation gets far out of hand that you no longer have control of the outcome. Meaning something is coming. But I'll say this too. She don't have no control. Spirit says she don't have self-control. I feel like I said this in the reading, her looking at herself in the mirror and screaming.
I'm going to tell you something that I just got, Neil, while you were reading the reflection card in reverse. So it feels like she's going to have to face not just her physical reflection of what she physically looks like, which she's having a lot of problems with right now. Like she's feeling very insecure because she took off the hijab and she's showing what she really looks like. And you can tell she's going through it because for 3 years, she hid what she really looks like. And now when she does a live stream, she has to face her true physical appearance, although she's still disguising it. But another thing that I got off that card was not only is she going to have to face her physical reflection, but also I keep hearing facing her darker self. Does that make sense? Like there's the physical self, and then there's a spiritual self. Face what you look like on the outside, but also face what you've done. I like that, and she's got very, very dark energy, very dark energy. It's ugly. It's nasty. You know that. But she's going to have to face her darker self and all the things that she did while she was dwelling in her darker self. There's going to be consequences for the things that she's done and things that she said to other people.
Spirit also said pulling out her hair like a crazy person. And nothing against anybody. She just, I mean, the image is very weird. Crazy. Screaming and pulling out your hair. And Spirit says, yeah, because when he pressed play on whatever device he's on and he tells everybody what it really was, you're going to be upset, Buki. She's trying to invent herself. She's trying to camouflage herself. She's trying to be slick. 3.
You know, it's an appropriate card for her, Neil, the chameleon. That is an appropriate card for Foodie. Always changing its colors, always trying to blend in to the background. That is so her. It's been her for years.
Salamander. Like many of us, they are presumed to be harmless, but that doesn't mean that they won't get toxic if mistreated. So, on the surface, seeming very harmless, but also toxic if she feels mistreated. When provoked, spotted salamanders secrete a mildly sticky toxin from their back and tail to fend off predators such as skunks, raccoons, and snakes. They are also masters of reinvention, trying to reinvent herself. Their tails regrow, if lost. In fact, they can regrow organs, tissues, and limbs. Interesting.
My mistake. I thought it was chameleon. It's a salamander. Apologies.
On the bottom of the deck, she's a salamander. On the bottom of the deck, she's been in them Psalms. That's her business. Whatever you do comes back to you. ×2. Yeah. She's slick and sneaky. She's been in them Psalms. She's been doing petitions. Laminations. But it's denied. I mean, 5. Change through challenge and chaos. Yeah. She's trying to get her power back. There go them cats y'all always be talking to me about. She's trying to tap into her power. That's her business. I'm going to keep saying it because Spirit keeps saying it. Not for long. You won't be there for long. You won't be in this situation for long. Yeah. See, she's trying to sow some seeds and reap a bountiful harvest. And she wants things to come to fruition because of all of her hard work. What else, Spirit? Spirit keeps saying, not for long. Yeah. Those are unrealistic plans. There's arrogance. A promising venture is going to fail. Delivery is an issue. moving home, a lack of foresight and planning. Yeah. What else, Spirit? Thank you. She's wanting this to be, to have good luck, to be a moment of chance. But there ain't nothing but conflict. Conflict, fights, and more fights, right? Fighting, arguments, opposition, 5 of Wands, temper, clashing. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fiery, passionate, but yet chaotic. And Spirit, thank you, Spirit. Spirit says this is the end of the road. This is the end of this chapter. Yeah, whether you like it or not. She has some new ideas, thinking about new beginnings, starting something over, sparking an interest, a new passion with someone that keeps coming up. Seeking security with this male energy who has what looks like some money, could also be grounded. This person could be successful or have some kind of stability. And this gives her an opportunity to be fertile with her creative energy and bring forth or manifest her ideas and or passions and or manifestations with this person, this energy. But Spirit says, too, that there will be some energy of moving on and compromise and communicating to end the conflict with an air sign. But that, too, doesn't work. So I don't know if you're trying to get with somebody who has some money and maybe they, too, can help you send this money back to Salah so he don't do it. Spirit says it's not going to work.
No.
Failure, losing, disadvantage, disgrace, being hunted, ill will, playing second fiddle, loss, and defeat. Yeah, you feel trapped by your emotions when it comes to him and trying to pay off your debt to him. You have a debt to him.
Ooh, she's got a debt to him? Was that part of the paperwork you signed, Foodie? Is that why the relatives were right there with him? He wasn't having you sign it alone. He had witnesses.
You want to be released. You want to let go. But there's a lesson that needs to be learned with the Hangman. So fear of change, indecisiveness, restricted options, failed negotiations.
Uh-oh.
With the 2 of Wands, fire sign in reverse. And there you go again, trying to sow seeds, trying to reap a bountiful harvest, trying to have a sense of profit or have your manifestations be met. But Spirit keeps saying, it's a no. Look, bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles, lack of money, poor financial control, lack of opportunities or lost opportunities with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's a no. Okay, so what in the world? Salah, how does he feel now that Foodie Beauty is back in Canada? Well, there's an energy of deceit and trickery, cheating and theft, underhandedness, her being back in Canada. There's some dishonesty, dangerous and risky behavior, enemy masquerading as a friend, spying, a lack of conscious strategy, resourceful, flexible, escaping interconnections with a 7 of Swords. Someone's lying. He's also acknowledging, though, that he has love now. There's some major choices. He's with his soulmate.
Oh, it's over, Foodie. It's over. You can't go back. It's a done deal.
Kindred spirit, perfect union, partnership, relationship, romance. He's also acknowledging with the 7 of Wands. He was folding on his beliefs. He's giving in or giving up. He's admitting defeat. Feeling vulnerable or overwhelmed, not taking the bull by the horns. Also acknowledging there's some health problems with the 7 of Wands. It's very interesting. It's like he's acknowledging with her being back in Canada, there was lies. He's got a perfect union now. But there's also an energy of him acknowledging that he's giving up and giving in. That he's acknowledging fault, mistake, issues, problems. Tell me more. Salah. Current energy. Thank you. Yep, comes out again. Conscience is kicking in like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's weighing heavy.
I really hope that the family, after Foodie was gone, they cleansed that whole house. All of it. They did a complete cleansing on the house. Anything that she owned, anything that she touched, throw it away. Cleanse that house. Give it a nice spiritual cleansing. Can't leave her energy in that house. That can potentially affect them.
Okay. He's acknowledging again deceit, lies, trickery, cheating, theft, underhanded, dishonest, dangerous, risky behavior, an enemy masquerading as a friend, spying, lack of conscious strategy, resourceful, flexible, escaping, interconnectedness. Now again, he's in love, but there's an energy of avoiding something. Resisting change, averting disaster, avoiding tragedy, but delaying the inevitable because it has to happen. It has to be brought to the surface. Whatever's done in the dark has to be brought to the surface. And what's been done in the dark? Injustice, karmic retribution, dishonesty, corruption, a lack of accountability, dishonesty, unfairness, karmic avoidance. It just makes me feel like the shadow work is saying you have to tell the truth. That's the only thing that's going to release you. That's going to, the truth shall set you free. Yeah. See, there's a lack of enthusiasm, sadness, unrealistic expectations, ego, conceitedness, oppression, miscarriage, stillbirth, abortion. Be careful, buddy. Be careful. Let me tell you something. She's playing with your energy, heavy as hell.
Wow. What did you do to Salah, Chantal? What did you throw on him? What kind of energy did you throw at him? You need to stop that, Foodie. And you need to block that, Salah.
She's got something of yours.
You know what I felt a while ago? She's got some of his hair. I don't know where she got it. She might have found one of his hairbrushes and gotten some of his hair and kept it, done something with it. But that would be something easy to get somebody's hair. If not a piece of clothing, some of their hair, and do a ritual or something with it.
Spirit showing me hair.
Yeah, hair.
Energetically, allegedly. Because it feels like he's, and that's you want to know how to break the curse? I'll tell you. The truth.
Yeah.
The truth. The truth. Yeah. Bad news in earthly matters. He has suffering from money problems. Someone who does not appreciate you with the Page of Pentacles. Earth sign in reverse. Okay, Spirit. Spirit's about to go there. Challenging tradition, doing things in an unconventional way, an unconventional relationship, reverse roles, non-conformity with the Hierophant in reverse. So what does he need to do? What does he need to do? Thank you. He needs to let go of the past, focus on the future, focus on maturity, grow up, and leave home with the Six of Cups in reverse. What does he need to do in regards to Foodie Beauty?
He needs to break through all these illusions. Tell people they were never really married, that he has a new family, that it was just a business arrangement, always has been. That way, he's forcing her to let go. As long as she's got this fantasy, illusion connection with him, she's going to keep feeding off that energy, feeding people lies. The only way you defeat lies is with the truth.
Now that motherly energy is coming in again. Hey, we're all. Yeah. You gotta let that shit hit the fan, buddy. You're resisting change. You're averting disaster. And Spirit says you need to welcome in. Open the door to chaos. Gotta let it burn. Gotta let it burn. Destruction, sudden upheaval, trauma, unexpected change, disaster, loss, tragedy, revelations. Yep. Confusion, pain, gotta let it all hit the fan. You just gotta call it spade to spade, my guy. You gotta let it happen.
You know, I'm thinking of that picture I just saw on Twitter, and I showed it to you guys. It was a quote from someone saying, "You will rise from the ashes, but first you must burn. And for that, my dear, you must be brave." If you want to rise from the ashes, first you've got to burn. He's got to let the burn happen. There's no way to avoid it now.
Because right now you're resisting, and Spirit says what you need to do is let it happen. And let whatever fall, whatever crash, whatever burn. Yeah. Because see, she got you. She got you by the tail. She's playing with your Ori. I said that. Did I say that already? I feel like I said that already. Yeah. She's playing with your top. She got you out here looking like... What's next for Foodie Beauty, Chantal? No. I don't know that saying. I'm trying to think about it, but Even exchanges and robbery. I don't know why Spirit's saying that, but resisting change, averting disaster, avoiding tragedy. The Tower card is in reverse. She's delaying the inevitable. With the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Spirit says that there will be a lack of independence and or stability. There will be a lack of security. There's reckless spending and shady investments. And she will have anxiety. Head in hand. Fear, terror, negativity, right? Deep unhappiness, stress, burden, overwhelmed, at a breaking point, inability to cope or face life, mental anguish, mental health issues, regret, guilt, remorse, focusing on the past, a subject of gossip, Nine of Swords. Why? Because of the situation that was sweet and sticky. Sweet and sticky. Why? Because that situation that was sweet and sticky got real crazy, real cringe. There's a lot of misunderstandings, mysteries. It was intriguing, but there were a lot of unknowns. Why? Because it was a short-term relationship. Because you have fast. It was so sudden. It was so quick. And now there's a breakup. There's a rebound. Now there's a breakup and there's grievances. But this is in real time. Spirit said you got put out. There's no room for you. Why? Because someone is keeping a promise to someone else. Is he married now? To someone else again? Okay. Yeah, and look. Why? Because they have a baby coming.
Neo, every time you read on Foodie and Salah, the baby card comes out.
It's either a baby, a manifestation, or idea. It's a new beginning. You can't stand the heat. Get out the kitchen. Why? Because there's manipulation, lies, controlling, and pulling strings. And guess what? There's a recording of it. I told you that already. There's an announcement, an expression, a revealing of things, and you'll pull out just fake apology. And not that you're the diamond girl born to shine, but you're really a player in the game. Spirit says you'll be standing your ground ready for battle, defending yourself. But you really need to center yourself, get rooted and grounded to maintain authenticity and genuinity. Or be genuine. Thank you. Now you over it and tired of the drama, but you're in your feelings because why? You're under investigation. And Spirit said, now you're trying to brainstorm and figure this shit out, but you're under investigation. And Spirit says that's not just spiritual. That's traditional. You know, Spirit said, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
She over there money laundering.
Energetically, allegedly, the law. That's why they said not belong. The law is coming for you. What you done did. Spirit says tax evasion. Spirit says money laundering. Spirit says conspiracy. Mishandling funds. Mishandling donations. Sending y'all love and light.
Dang, and all of that you just named, Neo, she's done. She's guilty of. So that was a wonderful reading. Thank you so much, Neo, for doing it. For those of you that don't know about Neo Tarot, please look down below in the description. I'll leave the original link for the original video, which leads back to all of Neo's videos, all of her wonderful content. She also does private tarot readings. You can access that through her merch store, which look for the merch store link on any of her videos. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and post this to YouTube and then be on my way. I got things to do. So y'all take care and have a good one. Bye.